Hello. I'm on time today, which is good. If anybody's there, if you want to just jump on and say hi in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all today? Various amount of days. Everybody's been in isolation now. I hope you're all coping okay. Jamie, are you there? Are you hopping on, ready for the questions? So today, I want to talk about, oh, hi, Jamie, here he is. So I did a little post earlier on to let you know that Jamie Walker would be available today if anybody wanted to chat about their wills. If you haven't got a will, now is a fab time to look to sort that out. Hello, here he is, I'm here, hello. And hi, Chloe, my lovely Chloe. Chloe's one of our team at Attic. Hi, Chloe. So yeah, two things I'm going to talk about today. One is obviously the message that came out from the government last night about moving, and also wills. Now is a great time. You've got time at home for maybe doing some more personal administrative tasks that do often get kind of pushed under the carpet. I know that I'm a bit guilty of this sometimes. You're so busy at work, the time you get home, have dinner, etc., you just, been to the gym or taken the dogs out or whatever, you then think, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. So now is the time to seize the day, and let's talk about wills. So Jamie Walker of the Will Maker. Hello, Biscuit. Do you want to come up and say hello? This is Biscuit. Look, face here. She's never very far from me, bless her. I'm trying, look. I'm trying to do serious talk here. Dang it. Good girl, stay down. Yeah, the dogs are finding it all a bit weird. They're finding it particularly weird that I'm in casual clothing a lot more, which normally means straight to the door and to the beach or for a walk. If you follow us on Attic regularly, you'll often see us doing beach walks in between appointments. We haven't had any of them for days. The dogs are not coping well with that at all. Anyway, so firstly we'll do wills. I put a post out this morning to ask if anybody had any questions, and we did have a few. So I've already put these to Jamie. So here's a couple of them. So, why do I need a will is one of the questions we were asked. So basically, if you make a will, the will make sure that your estate goes to who you want it to go to. So by estate, we mean anything from a property to money in the bank to possessions in your property. So anything that you've owned is classed as your estate. So it could be designer handbags you've managed to accumulate throughout your life. It could be your beautiful home, could be various different things. So that would be who you'd want it to be distributed to. So it could be like, I'm saying handbags because that's probably one of the only things I'd have to leave. No, I'm joking. But handbags, I've got a couple of nice handbags. I'd want those to go to my nieces. So it's just, even down to that final detail, right up to the property, if you were going to sell that off and split it between several beneficiaries. So Jamie's now popping on here as well and saying, did you know we can now provide telephone and video link consultation? So yeah, I'm only really going to talk here really briefly about, a couple of questions that have been sent in. The main person to talk to is Jamie Walker, the will maker. And yeah, like we just said, during this downtime period where we might have time to do a bit more personal administrative tasks, Jamie is happy to do video link chats. So yeah, can do this over Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, even WhatsApp. It's got its own little messenger that you could talk on, or just over the good old-fashioned telephone. But I always think it's nice to have a bit of face-to-face, isn't it? Even if we can't be in the same room with people at the moment, But you're really distracting me. Can you just give me a few minutes? You can't, can you? Please, get down. So, biscuit, please. So, yeah, so these are the options available at the moment as we're following the social distancing. Jamie won't come into your property, but you can have telephone or video calls. So that's why we would need to make a will. It's just so that the state doesn't then decide how your estate will be distributed. It gets to go to who you want it to. I think there's a lot of sort of misconceptions out there that, you know, if you're married, etc., or you know, that it would instantly go to family, but sometimes it would get distributed how you wouldn't see fit. You know, you might have best friends or nieces, nephews, colleagues, whatever, that you'd want certain things to go to. So it's just making sure that it's your wishes really are being granted after you passed away. So what happens if I haven't made a will? So if you have not made a will, you cannot be sure those you would wish to benefit would actually do so. Your partner will not automatically inherit all of your estate. Common law partners may not receive anything. So this is the thing, isn't it? Like if you've been living with somebody for many years and you feel like you're pretty much married, actually the law doesn't divvy things up the same way. Minor children could be taken into care whilst guardians are appointed. This is another thing that's really important. And there could be lengthy delays for your beneficiaries and disputes. So if there isn't a will and the state decides how they're going to break your estate down, if some people then want to contest that, and we do come across this, a lot of you will know we've got Attic Property Services. We have got quite a large division of our business deals with probate, or when people have gone into care. And I say, for the love of God, get a will, because the amount of times we deal with situations where there's more than one beneficiary, or where there's been a family dispute, but somebody, say there's like 3 brothers and sisters, one brother and sister are are getting something from the will. There's been somebody who's been estranged, they've been written out of the will. Sometimes they don't know, so it's just making sure that you're really clear about it. I don't even know if I'm making sense now, but yeah, so have the will so that if there are disputes, if people come out of the woodwork, if it's all written in black and white, it can't be disputed. If there are estranged people or people that assume that they would get something and they don't, that can be a really upsetting time for people. So if it is all written in black and white, and, even if you can distribute it before, whilst you're fit and able and can chat to people about it, then even so, for the better of their grief, I would say, if you have lost a loved one and it then does throw up a dispute, that can be quite difficult for people to process, which then sometimes isn't fair on the people that are left as well. If they're then going to get into arguments with other loved ones that are left here, that can be a hard time for people. So that's just a couple of illustrations about why it is important to get a will. I'm not going to touch on that much more because it's not my area of expertise, but it is Jamie Walker, the will maker's area of expertise, and you are more than welcome to talk to him via the telephone or video link over the next few weeks whilst we are in our lockdown, or if you want to book an appointment with him now, he can of course come and see you after. But why not make the most of this time whilst we're all at home? So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing is, I'm sure most of you are following the news. I'm just going to say as well before, if you've got any questions, Jamie is on here now. So if any of you are watching and want to ask any questions, just pop it in the comments and he will answer away. And also, if you're watching the replay of this after, then again, Jamie will keep an eye on the post. So pop any questions in the comments bar. You can still do that in the replay, and then Jamie will be able to reply to you after. If not, if you want his direct contact details as well, then just send me a little message and I can link you up together. Okay, so that's that. Now on to general news. The government, I'm sure you've all seen, has said that unless it is imperative to move, do not move. We're being told that surveyors can still go into properties if the properties are empty. A lot of removal companies have now shut down, not all of them. But yeah, there is quite a clear directive now, which is if you do not need to move, if you're not sort of contractually obliged to move, then put the move on hold. So what we are saying to our customers is this obviously does change quite frequently. We don't know if we're going to go into a more severe lockdown, or we don't know, you know, if we're controlling this curve. You know, that's what our aim is, isn't it? Poor old Boris has been confirmed as one of the confirmed cases this afternoon. So is the health minister. So, just, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? If they, you know, if they were following the self-isolating rules, then it's quite scary. Or not the self-isolating, but the social distancing. And they've still managed to get it. It's not great, is it, that these two people have been confirmed today. So yeah, so we're just waiting to find out further news on the lockdown happening on, you know, completely, or whether it is going to ease off in time. So I would say the most important things is just to keep in touch with your estate agent. We are in contact with ours all day, with all of our customers and solicitors. Different solicitors might have different stances, so we're keeping in touch with our vendors' solicitors. We're keeping in touch with our purchaser solicitors and with our vendors and purchasers. If you are one of my customers and you have an empty property, we are still full steam ahead. There's no reason why we can't exchange complete on these properties. The message will probably still be the same, which is if that is the case, we will be doing simultaneous completions, exchange completions. If you are in a chain, then my advice is to keep pushing on to get as close to exchange as possible. When we are then ready at the point of exchange, we will from there make the decision on whether you're going to do a simultaneous, if that is okay for everybody in the chain to do that, or whether we're going to exchange now with a completion in the future, or whether we're not going to exchange. Everybody in the chain's happy, everything's signed, so that we can exchange as soon as we can after lockdown. So everything is going to have to be on a file by file case, is my advice. There's no blanket situation because everybody's chain's different. Within those chains, you've got personal circumstances which are all different. So reach out for support. Keep in touch with your mortgage broker if you're having a mortgage. Some of the mortgage lenders are going to be extending the mortgage offer terms. So if you cannot complete, so say you've got your mortgage offer through and there's, you know, you've taken a few weeks to get to the point of exchange and now this has come up, but there might be an overlap. So some of the lenders are going to extend that for you, which is great. Keep chatting to your solicitors as well. Keep chatting to us. If you are in a chain with a different agent and you're not getting the feedback you require, if you need any advice, if you're not getting the legal advice you feel and support you need from your solicitor, we've got a bank of amazing solicitors that I cannot recommend highly enough. So do just keep reaching out, keep talking. I know we're in isolation, but I beg of you to not withdraw completely and just get stressed out. I know we're all learning a new way to communicate and a new way of being. Doesn't mean that we have to distance ourselves from each other completely. We can chat like this. If anybody is feeling lonely or just wants to chat as well, then just give me a call. And I'm happy for those of you that are spiritually way inclined. I'm happy to do little Reiki sessions on people that are feeling overwhelmed too. Don't suffer alone. We're here. I know some of you are absolutely loving the isolation as well, just having this downtime away from the hustle and bustle. So yeah, there's plenty of positivity around. So that's it. There's a few of you here watching. Has anybody got anything they would like to ask me today? Like Jamie Walker said as well, yep, there should be some good mortgage deals around at the moment. If you do not have your mortgage agreed and would like some advice on mortgages, Jamie and I both recommend Yellow Brick Mortgages, Stephen and Greg and their team. They are amazing, and they are also happy to do telephone or video appointments as well. So reach out. The interest rates are pretty good at the moment, aren't they? So let's take advantage of that. Any other points or questions from anybody? Hi, Amy. Hi, Maureen. Hello, Stacey, one of my lovely previous customers. Hi, Sue. Sue's one of our solicitors as well over at EG Law, one of the solicitors we highly recommend and work really closely with. I know they're working really hard at the moment to keep all of their customers happy. Right, okay, it doesn't look like anybody's going to ask anything else. If there's any feedback as well on my daily talks, then I'd, this isn't something new. Obviously, hi Vashti! I do pop on regularly and do video tours and just talk about one subject on my Facebook pages, but this whole kind of interactive daily sort of checking in is a new thing, which I've promised to do. I'm hoping that people are finding it comforting and of some benefit. If there's any feedback on what I'm doing, or if you think every day is too much, it should be every other day or a couple of times a week, or I don't know. What do we all think? Are we enjoying this and finding this of benefit? Any feedback is really, really gratefully received. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm here if you need anything, and take care. All right, bye.